half of the Brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. I'm paranoid for some reason. Hey! Weird. Well, we're just going to have to redo that intro. We're just going to have to redo that intro because the dial got turned. And when the dial gets turned, you can't hear me very well. We don't need to go into it. The dial got turned.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Metagame Minute is a weekly segment where Mike or I talk about anything we want to talk about in the gaming world today. And today I want to talk about, I realize that more and more of my Metagame Minutes have been about like people's collections and like, what does your collection look like? And do you have this kind of stuff in your collection? How do you organize yours? Do you need this? Do you not need that? I'm infinitely fascinated by people's collections. And so I feel like a lot of my Metagame Minutes recently have been about that. So I kind of leaned into that for this one as well, because a couple Metagame Minutes ago, or maybe it was the last one, I honestly can't remember, I was asking, do you need multiple games with the same mechanics? So if you really like polyomino tile games, do you need 10 of them? Do you only need one of them? Kind of how do you cultivate your collection? So today we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna talk about theme. Because when I'm trying to decide a game, for the most part, the two main things to look at are mechanics and theme. I'm here a lot of times for the theme at least as much as the mechanics, and a theme can really carry me through a game. And so I really like themes. Now, so what we're talking about in the context of this is how many of the same type of theme do you need? Last time we were talking about mechanics, now we're talking about theme. Now, what I was kind of saying with the mechanics was, if I like a mechanic, I'm just gonna keep getting games of that mechanic. I don't really care about the fact that we have like 15, 20 worker placement games. I think that's fine. We have a bunch of polyomino tile games. I think that's fine, and honestly, I'm gonna keep getting more because I love the mechanic. Now, theme is one where I don't really feel the need to have a ton of games with the same theme. I like to have a really diverse theme collection in my collection. I really, really want there to be all different kinds of themes. I really, really, if it was up to me, I would probably have a definitive game in every single theme where I don't need 10 Viking games. I would like one great Viking game. I don't need 10, I don't know, games about wood carving. I just need one. And that one is, I don't know, there's not a game that I know of that has wood carving, but it'd be a cool theme. Why not? I love theme. I think theme is great, and I think theme takes you so far in board games. I personally think it takes you much farther than mechanics because theme gets people into it. You're like, oh, you really like this? Here's a game with this theme. Isn't that cool? And then you can start getting into more of the stuff. But the theme, I think, is what gets people into it in the first place for the most part. Again, that's not a hard and fast rule. So for me, I kind of want all sorts of different themes, and I like really different themes. We constantly talk about, hey, let's start changing up the themes in board game. Not even talking about like problematic themes, just talking about themes in general that tend to come up a lot. It's like, hey, let's do something new. I think one of the main reasons why Wingspan was as popular as it was, I think it's a really, really good game, but I think it's because the theme was just different. It was just about birds and bird watching. There aren't really any games about that, and I think that's cool, whereas there's a billion games about some city in Europe, which again is fine, but I'm just like, okay, cool, let's do something different, let's do something new. And I think that that's something that is changing in the hobby a lot, is there are a lot of different new themes. And so for this, I want them all. I want all different kinds of themes. I really, really like that. And mechanics, I don't really care. I'm just like, okay, cool, mechanic, same one, no problem. Theme, I am actively going to try and diversify the themes in my collection. I am actively going to try and look for games with different themes because I just find it to be more interesting. And so down in the comments below, let me know how you feel about this. We already talked about mechanics and we had a really cool, great discussion about that whole thing. Now let's talk about theme. How do you feel in your collection with theme? Do you want a lot of the same theme? Do you love Vikings, and so you love to have a ton of Viking games? I think that's great. I kind of want to diversify a little bit more, but that's awesome if that's what you want for your collection. That's why, again, I love collections because they're about you. They say something about what you want, and I think that's great. And so for themes, I kind of want to diversify, but what do you want? Down in the comments below, let me know. Do you tend to collect a lot of one theme? Do you tend to diversify kind of like me? And how does it pair up against your desire to have certain mechanics? Do you want a lot of the same one? Do you want a lot of different ones? How does it go? So down in the comments below, let me know. Because again, I think people's collections are infinitely interesting. I think they're fascinating. And until next time, whether you want a whole bunch of different themes, or you're like, you know what, I like train games. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of train games. That's totally cool with me. Remember, the more meta, the more better. Thank you so much for watching that video. My name is Nick Murphy. I don't know why I said my name again, but I just did. Make sure to check out last week's Metagame Minute, which is by Mike. And then right there is going to be a really silly video where we were trying to guess games by feeling them blindfolded, which was really weird, but really, really fun. It was way more fun than we thought it was going to be. It was great. So check out that video and make sure to subscribe, like us, share it. You know how to do.